Yes, sure. Thank you. First, East Carolina, we've had a lot of battles with them over the years. We get the pleasure to scrimmage them every fall, either at our place or down there. So certainly we're very familiar with each other. Have the utmost respect for Coach Godwin and their players. The way they play the game is tough. They compete. You got to be at your best to beat them. They're one of the great baseball programs in college baseball for sure. Their day will come. I think we all know that follow college baseball closely. They're arguably the best baseball program in the country that hasn't been to Omaha. And they will get there because of their leader. Coach Godwin's one of the great coaches in this country. So just admire the way that they run their program and the way their players play the game. Extremely proud of our team. I think I spoke about it last night, that this time of the year, the poise that you have to win at this time of the year, and sometimes you just got to hang in there. Their starter did a great job, Root, against us. We had opportunities early and couldn't capitalize, and that's a credit to him. But certainly our team hung in there. And this time of the year, it's about big moments. It's about players that elevate themselves and rise to another level at championship time. And certainly these two guys sitting to my left did, and as did others. The way Connelly Early attacked the mound tonight and ate up that game was just really, really special, and proud of him. And certainly OD's 3-run home run, when we were behind there was a significant point in the game and gave us the lead and gave us a lot of momentum. Anthony Stefan, the 3-run home run. I think we kid around with Anthony all the time that he can't get one out. He always jokes in batting practice that he can't hit one out, and that was great to see, and just really, really proud of our group. This is hard to do. You see across the country teams that are highly successful during the regular season, and they sometimes you have a tough time winning a regional, and so I'm just proud of our guys that we, in every facet of the game, we played at a very, very high level, and just excited for them to have the opportunity to play in a super regional next weekend and host and get a chance to play some great baseball again.
All right, we'll start with questions for our players. Start with Jeff and then Mike Barber, and then pick one of the guys.
Ethan, your first hit of the regional turned out to be a pretty big one. Did you feel like it was just a matter of time that you were going to break through, or what was your level of frustration leading into that?
Yeah, this is a tough game. Baseball. This is a tough game. Baseball, it'll put you down and keep you down at times if you let it. I think we have a guy by the name Brandon Geyer, who's our mindset coach, and he pushes this idea of pitch one, and I think that's something our team's kind of look to do this entire year. And the idea of what happened before, doesn't matter what's going to happen, doesn't matter. Kind of focus on what you have in front of you, and it's easy to get frustrated, with not getting hits not falling. But this team 1 through 9 is fantastic, and my job is just grind through this weekend, and timely hit came, but like I said, one pitch at a time was the mindset there.
Mike. Connelly, Mike Barber, Richmond Times Dispatch. You've had experience pitching in the regional. How different was it pitching for a spot in a super regional in front of a crowd like this? All the things that kind of went into tonight.
Yeah, first off, I just want to start by saying the UVA fans were great for us this whole entire weekend. You can definitely see how well we played just because our fans were there supporting us. In big moments, you hear them going nuts for us. We have a great team, so one pitch at a time, and just went to get the job done. But yeah, I have a little bit of experience. I wouldn't have even gotten the chance or opportunity this weekend if it wasn't for all of our position players, all of our pitchers. We had great starts out of Nick Parker and Brian Edgington. We had a great bullpen. Everybody out of the bullpen did their job. And then, 1 through 9, all of our hitters are outstanding. And, they came up clutch, so.
Yeah, take one in the back.
Yeah, Connolly and Ethan both. I know Connolly, you're wearing the jacket now, but I saw Coach O'Connor was wearing it coming out of the huddle. Just kind of, what was that moment like in the huddle, and just kind of, what has he meant to y'all this year?
Yeah, the biggest thing about this win was it was a team win, so that's why we gave the jacket to Coach. It takes every single guy on the team, every guy on the coaching staff. It takes our strength coach, it takes our trainer, it takes so many different people just every single day going to work for us. And there's so many people behind the scenes that we don't even see. Yeah, it's the whole entire UVA program.
Monty Taylor, College Baseball Central. This for you, Ethan. You touched on a little bit with Jeff's question, but after 2 years at Northwestern, not even making it to a conference tournament, you finally get in the postseason. How did it feel, and how did it feel to hit that home run? Not just the approach, but how did it feel?
Yeah, personally, it's been a long journey, but I can't thank Coach Oak and the staff and this community. There's not enough words I can say to thank them for welcoming me. And despite not playing a postseason game in my career, my 2 years in college so far, the preparation and what this coaching staff does for us behind the scenes, this just felt like another game. The preparation is something we fall back on, and like I said, it's that mindset of one pitch at a time and treating it like that.
Jeff, and then Mike.
Ethan, Connelly mentioned the atmosphere here this weekend. What does it mean to know that you'll get at least 2 more games here?
Yeah. That's something this team earned from the beginning of the season, playing hard. But the biggest advantage is this community, like I said, having close to 6,000 people in the stands cheering for us. It's something that we don't take for granted. It's something that is a testament to this coaching staff and this program, the guys that have come before us. It takes time to build something as special as we saw tonight. So I can't thank the community enough, and that really does help this team.
Connolly, Mike from Richmond again. The last 2 outings had not been statistically your best of the year. Where was your confidence coming into today? And did you feel like, as the game went on, did your confidence even grow tonight?
Yeah, you're going to go through ups and downs the whole entire season, but you have to stick with what you do best, and you got to find a way to put yourself in that best position one time every week if you're a starter. So, working every day with the other starters, the other relief pitchers, just chatting between teammate to teammate, it helps rebuild your confidence after a tough outing, and it helps you realize you got to trust your stuff. You got to be able to go out there and just give it all out for all the guys and this whole entire program. So
Jeff.
Ethan, or both of you guys, you come from different programs coming in, the transfer classes you guys brought in. What did you guys envision, when you decided to commit to come to Virginia, and has it lived up to the billing?
Yeah, well, today's part of it. This is we're not finished. We're not where we want to be yet, but this is part of it. But another part for me personally is this program's done such a great job at developing young men, and I feel like in my time here, I've definitely developed as a player. Hopefully on my career in that regards, but off the field, who I am as a person, who I am as a brother, a husband one day, a son. Those are things that are truly important, and this coaching staff and the support system and the community and teammates in the locker room really, help us with.
All right, Preston, and then Mike.
Yeah, Ethan, Coach talked about before this regional, just, it takes special performances from different guys throughout the weekend. When you kind of look at the collective, you got that from a bunch of different places. What does it say just about the collectiveness of this roster and just what it can do?
Yeah, everyone stays ready. I think that's, again, everyone on this team prepares. This is the hardest working group of individuals I've ever been around in my life, and today was a testament to that. Who knows who's going to have the big hit? We have guys who have been phenomenal the entirety of the year, and guys who might not have had as much success as they wanted. And today's a great example of it's one guy, and then the next guy steps up, and the next guy, and it starts with Connolly having a fantastic start on the mound. And I wasn't perfect; I made some mistakes, but I think it's about picking each other up, getting the next guy up, and not trying to do something too special.
Connolly, the fact that you guys were playing these guys back to back, what did you take from maybe Nick Parker's start against them, watching that game, watching the left? Anything in particular that kind of stood out that you tried to carry into tonight?
Yeah, I mean, ECU is a great offensive team. There's a reason why they're in this regional with us. They have a great pitching staff as well. We knew that they're going to have a really solid approach at the plate. I just watched Nick really closely as he went through his outing. I watched video with Nick and Drew before Nick's outing. So, we had a plan going in with Coach Drew on how we wanted to attack these guys, and they're definitely a scrappy team. And when you give free bases to them, or if you give them, if you make mistake pitches, they're going to take advantage of that. So, just trying to limit that as much as you can, and stay aggressive so they can't get the momentum swinging their way.
All right, thanks, guys. You can stay or you can head back. Now we'll take questions for Coach O'Connor, Jeff, and then Mike.
Brian, your starting pitchers this weekend, three guys who were in other programs last year, how would you assess kind of what they did collectively, and to kind of piggyback on the question last night, could you have asked for more from those three?
No way. I mean, certainly Edgington could have pitched longer on Friday based on the score. That was intentional to bring him out of the game to potentially throw an inning or two in relief for the if necessary game tomorrow. Jack O'Connor was going to start tomorrow and then use Edgington if he was available, as well as other guys. Jeff, I couldn't have. You can't ask for more, right? I mean, all three of them pitched deep into the game. They all three got us off to great starts. I think about this start by Connolly. In the first inning, gave up a run, but he was able to manage innings. They had some traffic during the game, but this is what somebody that has experience and is a little bit older can do. And so certainly we knew him coming here to Virginia. We knew the experience that he had at Army, and he was looking for a new opportunity, as was Parker and Edgington and other guys. We've benefited from the transfer portal. Our approach with that is, I'll tell you this, nothing replaces the development of the high school player, first and foremost. That's what our program has been built on and will always be built on. That said, in this new age of college athletics, we have a responsibility to the 40 men in our clubhouse to fill some gaps and add in some areas. And that's what we did last summer by adding these two guys and others, 7 or 8 others, that have really all made an impact. I mean, you saw Angelo Tonis come out of the bullpen. We know what Edgington has done, all those guys. We wouldn't be where we're at without them. And, our approach with the acquisition of those players is not to buy players, all right? It is to find the players that value what we offer. And that's first and foremost is opportunity to potentially play if they earn that. Nothing's guaranteed to them. But secondly is to be in a culture and an environment that they align with. And I know that these two guys that are sitting up here and the others believed that this was the right place for them because they all had a lot of other great options. And so, it's the way of college athletics now. And if you're going to be successful, you have to be good at it. And so I just feel fortunate that these two and the others made a decision to come here, and you couldn't ask any more out of them.
Brian, Connolly being a local kid,
Yeah.
Did you guys scout him, know him well coming out of high school, and what has his development been?
We did not know him well coming out of high school. but certainly he went to West Point and did some really good things there. You know, we're very familiar with his, we watched his, just like we did Parker pitch against ECU in the regional last year, we watched Connolly pitch against Southern Miss last year, and those things, you know, really make you be all in. Certainly him being a local player from right down the road in Richmond, you know, it was a great fit for us. It was just a matter of figuring out if it was right for him. And you know, when he decided to decommission from West Point, you know, we knew that one of the big jumps that he could make was with his physical strength and his weight. You know, what those men go through there, we're all glad they go through what they go through to be prepared to defend our country. But, you know, we felt like him getting on the right nutrition plan with our people and then getting with our strength coach could really make a difference for him. And it's really helped his velo make a little bit of a jump with his fastball, and I think it made everything a little bit crisper and has made a big difference for him.
Great, and then Preston.
Coach, you had teams that had people who would always step up.
Mhm.
This team seems to have everybody at some point in time
Yeah.
stepping up.
Mhm.
Do you recall another team that's like this one?
Yeah, I mean, there is. I mean, certainly it's easy to point to, you know, 2015 when we won the title and what that team went through that entire year to just earn the opportunity to win it all. That's a great example. You know, there's been quite a few teams here that they've done that. I mean, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is our 8th time that we've been to a super regional, and probably the last, I don't know if it's 14 years or so. To be sitting here having won a regional, you need a lot of guys to step up. But this team is as good as any of them from that standpoint. And you know, OD had brought it up. You know, I think one of the great decisions we made was to hire Brandon Geyer on our staff this fall to work with our guys. And give them this one pitch approach. Brandon spent a lot of time with our guys here in Charlottesville and also remotely, and is doing some incredible work. And that's the key in this game. This game is built around failure. They're going to fail a lot in an at-bat and in a game, and from game to game, it's all in what makes the difference in teams is how do they process it and how do they handle it. So long answer to your question, but I think this one's right up there, for sure.
Mike, and then Preston.
Yeah, Brian, you said to us Friday that you really liked your team's approach at the plate,
Mhm.
best approach you'd seen in opener.
Yeah.
This East Carolina pitching staff held you guys down for
Yeah.
basically 15 innings. Did you still like the approach? Did you feel like something good was coming, or kind of what was your?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, our guys were fighting. That's a credit to East Carolina. I mean, they run really good arms out there. That's why they, you know, have 46, 47 wins or whatever they have. That happens from a high-quality pitching staff, which they do have. And certainly we could all go back and look at bats and things like that, but this game's tough. I mean, they're trying to do something that's the most challenging thing to do in sports, and you all have heard it before, hit a round ball moving forward with a round bat, right? And it's tough, but I was impressed with our approach offensively, and I've been impressed with it all year. I mean, geez, I think we're leading the country in batting average. It's hard to beat that.
Preston and then Jeff.
I know you had high expectations for the crowd this weekend, but
Yeah.
did it ever catch you just off guard, just kind of the energy that they brought?
Well, I tell you, other than the Virginia Tech series last year, when we honored Ryan Zimmerman and retired his number, you know, none of us have ever seen the stadium like that, right? These guys had never seen it like that. It wasn't like that during the regular season, although we had some good crowds. This is different. And, you know, I know the players have, you know, said over the last couple of days that, you know, they took a moment to kind of take it in. And I, you know, candidly, I did as well. I just, it makes me smile, right? Because I think about how many people have made a decision to commit to this program, whether it's the fan that comes and sit out in the bleachers or, you know, longtime donors of ours that decided to give $5 million to expand our stadium, right? And there's just, that's one of the things I'm so proud about with this program is there's just so many different individuals and groups that over the years have said yes. They've said, I'm in and want to make this program the best it can be for these guys that wear the uniform to have the best experience they can have. That's what it's about. It's not a program for Brian O'Connor to coach in, all right, or a fan to come cheer. That's all part of it. It's about these guys having the best opportunity that they can to play high-level baseball and develop as players and men, right, and have a great experience in this uniform. Because guess what? I'll be back next year, right? A lot of these players won't be, right? And so it's about them.
You do not know yet who you will play next weekend, but you know
Yeah.
you'll be here.
Yes.
You've won Supers
Yes.
on the road, you've won them here. What are your thoughts on playing at home?
Oh, I'm ecstatic about it. You know, we've earned this opportunity. Yes, we have made it on our journeys to Omaha. It's come of some different forms, right? And sometimes you have to do it on the road, like we did in the first time we went in 2009 at Ole Miss. You know, certainly we've earned the right to be here in this stadium where we happen to feel like we play pretty darn well. Whether they're home or visitors in our own stadium, we've got a pretty darn good record this year, and I'm excited that there's postseason baseball again here in Charlottesville next weekend. I do want to say that, you know, to think about it, I think we gave up, 5 runs in 3 this weekend? I mean, that is remarkable. The pitching staff and the defense, that is, in today's day and age in college baseball, with all the runs scored, to give up 5 total runs over 3 games. I believe that that's the lowest we've ever had, second lowest we've ever had in a regional. I remember in 2009, I believe in the 3 games that we won in the regional at Irvine, I think we gave up 3 runs total in the entire regional. So this is just impressive what this pitching staff did this weekend.
Time for 2 more. Shotgun and Jerry.
I was gonna ask what kind of statement it was for the staff, but
Yeah.
where would you be without this transfer class?
It's hard to say. I mean, I still think we'd be in a good spot, right? But they've elevated the talent and the depth in our program, right? And so we're very, very calculated with what we do in the portal. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but it's more position by position. I mean, when Chris Newell, when we knew that our center fielder last year was going to go into the draft, we said, okay, we have to go out and get a center fielder that can play every day for us. And we went out and got 2, Ethan O'Donnell and Tommy Courtney. Ethan O'Donnell won the job, and obviously he's made a big difference for us. We also knew that we lost over 80% of our innings from last year, so we knew we needed to go get some guys that had the ability and experience to step in and compete for jobs right away. So, you know, we probably wouldn't be where we're at right now without it, but you know, again, it goes back to finding the fit that is going to fit into our clubhouse and what we're looking for to be successful.
Jerry.
Coach Godwin said he thought, in his opinion, you guys had the top offense in the country. Even though they had such a solid pitching staff.
Yeah.
And I know you touched on the approach, but did you feel like it was just a matter of time before some of these guys cut loose and nobody could contain you for that long?
I did. You know, I felt that it was coming, you know, and they don't get down on themselves. They might get frustrated at times, and everybody does in this game, but they're able to put it behind them. And it speaks to the depth of this lineup, the quality of it. You know, I mean, Kyle Teal's not sitting at this table right now. The guy had 4 hits and I think 3 RBIs or something. I mean, look at the weekend that he had, and you know, Stephon hits a 3-run home run, and I just there's a lot of guys contributing in there. It's a very, very mature approach of guys that have had a lot of success in college baseball.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.